back to Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. I am Connor Williams and we're back once again with another 24/7 news report. We start this news report with our headline news, and our headline news is that Everton's talks with Nuno Espirito Santo have stalled and Rafa Benitez is back under consideration for the Everton manager's job. This does come from TalkSport, so take it with a pinch of salt, but in my opinion, it is a bit weird that it was almost on Saturday a done deal, and now it's waiting and waiting and waiting to be announced, and it's taken quite a while. So I was a bit hesitant, but I don't know how far to read into that, if I'm being completely honest with you. We also have from the Liverpool Echo that Everton are in talks with other managers, despite Nuno being the favourite for the Everton job, and Everton are refusing to rush into an appointment. I personally think this is really good news. As long as the board are taking their time, not rushing, they're thinking about it properly, they're discussing it properly, and I hope they're taking into account what the fan base want. So, as I say that, not Rafa Benitez, and really not Nuno Espirito Santo. I know the fan base are made up on Gaultier, but if he's not available, I don't know, I don't think you'll ever get anyone to please anyone. But looking at some of the stats from Nuno's Wolves, could be in for dire football, and Benitez, I'd just stay clear. The Liverpool link's too much. I'd rather have Nuno over Benitez. The Liverpool link is far too much for me. But yeah, we also have the news that Everton are in talks and have held talks with Matheus Nunes. Sporting are willing to loan him, to the Brazilian, to Everton with an obligation fee of around 20 million. I don't really see the point in loaning him if you're going to have to make us pay for him anyway. But if it's obligatory, then we've got no choice. If it was an optional loan fee, then maybe I'd say go for this because you can see what he's like. But I don't know. Either way, it sounds like we want him. So if you get him on loan, just to buy him for 20 million, that might actually save us a bit of money, because if he has a great season, it might be a bit hotter to, unless that's their plan behind it. I don't know. That's come from the Daily Mail though. Also from the Daily Mail, Everton have been in talks with Nuno to appoint him as the next Everton manager, but discussions about his backroom are ongoing. Obviously, these two were stories that broke yesterday, and our headline news about other candidates broke today. So if you're wondering why we just break our headline news first, the most relevant, the most big talking point first. So obviously this was all breaking yesterday, that the discussions were about his backroom staff, and then today it's broke that we have other candidates available. And this is what I mean. It's good the board aren't rushing. I think Nuno's going to actually do what he did with Palace and end up talking himself out of the job with his demands. I think I think he is going to talk himself out of it. That was the rumours and the problem at Palace. And there's certain people in the Everton backroom staff that Everton will not want to let go. Duncan Ferguson is one of the big ones, but there's also fitness staff that they won't want to let go. Who've been loyal to the club for many years, and they don't want to take them away out of a job, replace it with Nuno's Armada, and then if this goes wrong and we sack him, you lose a load of staff, and it's not very nice to then go and have to ask the staff you've sacked to come back. So I can see why the board are being a bit, protective over this. We also have from Footy Insider that Everton have contacted Antonio Conte regarding the manager's position, as they want to keep their options open. Take this one with a massive pinch of salt, because I don't think I've ever heard of any club, of a manager of that stature being kept on the back burner as an options open. Surely, if he was one of the candidates, we'd be pushing all the money at him. Saying, oh, he's there just in case Nuno doesn't happen's quite degrading for a man who's just won the Serie A with Inter Milan. So take that one with a massive pinch of salt. I don't think Conte is going to happen. We can dream, we can live and dream, but there's something about that. I think the manager merry-go-round rumours are just doubling down on a lot of stuff, because I don't think the media know. We as fans don't know. I don't think the media fully know. So it's all a guessing game. Sky Bet are going up and down on their odds. I think Rafa's now doubled down as the second favourite. And I don't think they do honestly know. I don't think anybody knows bar the board, and I don't even 100% think they know. So keep an eye on that one. We also have news of Denzel Dumfries. Obviously, we reported earlier on that Everton were looking for him. Um, Algemeen Dagblad journalist Mikos Guka believes that PSV are looking to double down on what they paid for him. So they paid 5 million for him, and they're hoping to double down. Which 10 million for him is still a bargain. Guka also relayed via Football Premier and Sport Witness that Inter Milan are now sniffing around and want him as well. That PSV have promised Denzel Dumfries they will cooperate with clubs. For me, I mean, he was before the Euros, not getting him done was always going to be a risk because he's going to go to the Euros and have a great Euros. He scored the other day. Inter Milan are a top club. I'm surprised other top clubs aren't sniffing around. But 10 million, even 15 million, I'd say is quite a bargain for the lad. So if I was Everton, I'd try and get this done as quickly as possible. Robin Olsen has also spoke. He spoke to Corriere del Sport, and it was translated by Sport Witness. That he spoke of his frustration of not playing enough for Everton after his 0-0 draw with Spain, Sweden's. He had a great game. He made some really good saves. He said, "It's always nice to show what I can do. I would have liked to play more at Everton, so it's only natural. Performances like this make me feel good because I show my worth." I mean, personally, he was only brought in to give Pickford a kick up the backside, and that's what he did. I can see why he's a bit annoyed, but I think we made the right deal in playing Pickford more, as he's the one we've invested a lot of money in, and we want to see returns from. But he was a great keeper, and he had a really good game. Also, and it was really impressive. We also have some more news on Matheus Nunes, and the latest coming from Record is that Newcastle United are also jumping in for him. Apparently, the Magpies were close to signing for 11 million in January, but the player decided to stay at Sporting to help them lift their first league title since 2002. Everton have put a reserved 15 million deal on him. But as I've just reported, there's also rumours that it's 20 million with a loan. I'm confident that we will get him over the line. Apparently, his representatives are good friends of George Mendes's, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Is he even coming to the club? I think that's all on Nuno. But I think Everton, I'm confident we'll get this deal done. More transfer news for you now, and it is that Calcio Mercato are rumoured that Mira Demiral from Juventus is up for grabs, and that Everton, Tottenham and Atalanta all want the centre-back. Juventus value him as a £30 million player, and they've said that they're not going to budge much on that. Mercato has said that despite Tottenham and Everton's interest, Atalanta see this as their dream signing, so Everton are going to have quite fierce competition from them. We're also linked with Aaron Ramsey. This is quite an interesting one, again coming from Calcio Mercato. And it's that Everton made contact with the Juventus and Wales midfielder, and had representatives talk to him, along with Crystal Palace also having their representatives talk to him. But the talks with Everton had momentarily frozen because of the uncertainty on who our new manager will be. I don't know how much to believe into this. He's a good player. I saw him play for Wales the other day. He's not fully fit, but he still had an alright game. I think his best years are behind him though, and this is, I think he's better off going to somewhere like Palace. But it's interesting to see we're linked with more midfielders. Clearly that's somewhere where we're looking to improve. I mean, I don't know what type of manager this depends. I guess it just depends on if whoever comes in wants him. Maybe this is more of a Brands deal that he's looking at buying. But we'll have to, keep our eyes out on that. And next we have more transfer news. Everton and Leeds will go head-to-head for the signing of Rubin Kazan winger Kivica Karavashvili. I'm going to pronounce that as. It's quite a long name, so I'm really sorry if I butchered that. This is according to Italian journalist Rudy Galletti. Kashia scored 4 times last season, as well as bagging 2 goals in the World Cup qualifiers for Georgia. Apart from that, I don't really know an awful lot more about the lad, other than his name is quite hard to pronounce, and I probably have butchered that, so I do apologise there. But yeah, other than that, guys, I don't really know what else to add to that. Speaking of players that are, playing in Russia right now, we have news that AC Milan are interested in former Everton midfielder Nikolaj Vlasic. This comes from TMW. Vlasic has enjoyed quite a successful spell at CSKA Moscow since his move from Everton. And Marcel Brands has said that he is interested in re-signing the 23-year-old. Vlasic scored 11 goals and created 5 more in 26 appearances last season, and is apparently rumoured to be available for 15 million. I mean, this is an interesting one as well, isn't it? Obviously, we've had him, he's left. Everton, being Everton, love to go back to things they've already had, clearly, if the rumours have you believe it. I mean, I watched him play for Croatia the other day and he didn't get an awful lot of game time. I always quite liked him when he was at Everton. There were rumours about his attitude. That's come out now that it was more to do with the manager, who we now know is Ronald Koeman, and now in hindsight, probably understand that and make a case for the fella to not getting on with Ronald Koeman. So, if his attitude's better, he's definitely got the talent. So I wouldn't be against him coming back because, like I said, if the talent's there and he's got the attitude, why not? We end on some news that Bill Kenwright and Marcel Brands have been appointed board of directors for the Everton Stadium Development Limited. I mean, this is, this is quite predictable, isn't it? We're keeping it in-house. Obviously, Marcel Brands does an awful lot, doesn't he? He's a man of many things, Marcel Brands. He's not just the director of football. He's a man of many things at Everton. And he quite clearly, he's quite rooted into Everton. Bill Kenwright, again, not an awful surprise there, is it? I think it's good to have someone who, loves the club and has the experience that Kenwright does involved as well. And the stadium plans look exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing when we get, started. But yeah, that is all we've got time for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with everyone and anyone who's an Everton fan who wants to know the latest goss. Comment down below on anything I've discussed on this video. There's a plethora of transfer rumours there. Aaron Ramsey, Nikolaj Vlasic, Demiral. Let me know down below what you think of them. The Russian lad who I can't try again to pronounce his name. I will learn though for future, especially if we sign him. And let us know about the managers, because this manager merry-go-round doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. The brakes are, if anything, are coming off it. It's going mad. Do you believe the Antonio Conte claim that he's our backup? What do you think about Rafa Benitez rumours? I, for one, am not a fan, but let me know down below what you personally think about it. Let me know, do you think we will get Nuno over the line, or do you think his demands in the boardroom are too much for us? And don't forget, you can follow me and the Toffee Blues on Twitter. Our links will be in the description down below. Don't forget to follow for all your latest Everton news. It's absolutely fantastic. And subscribe here for more great Everton content. And take care, guys.